many of you have dogs? Anyone ever have a dog that may have nipped or growled at a friend? If you have, then under California law, your dog may be deemed aggressive, become impounded, and further destroyed. So how do we begin to be proactive about dangerous dogs? Some officials say that by instituting breed-specific laws, we address the issue of the dog population, control dangerous dogs, and provide the public with a certain measure of safety. Other officials say these types of laws simply won't work. I can speak to you today on the subject of breed-specific legislation because over the last 3 years, I've taken on the responsibility of rescuing and rehoming dogs that are deemed aggressive. And yeah, some of you may be thinking about that cute little chihuahua you have at home and want to tune out because they could never be considered dangerous, right? Well, recently I read in a story from the Associated Press about an officer in Fremont, California, that while escorting a teenager home after a routine traffic stop was attacked by a pack of angry chihuahuas. He sustained moderate injuries to his ankles and calves and was hospitalized for a short time. So today, I'm going to talk to you about breed-specific legislation and its impact on the dog-owning community. First, we'll discover the anatomy of breed-specific legislation. Second, we'll explain its choice and reach. And finally, we'll discuss its standards to see just who it affects. To begin, let me explain to you the basics of what breed-specific legislation is. Breed-specific legislation, or BSL, is oftentimes interchanged with the term anti-dog legislation. Loosely, the idea is to limit the number of dogs that are deemed aggressive. Often, such laws are responses to a violent individual dog attack. As quoted from the Animals and Society Institute from an article, Dog Bites, written by Bradley in 2006, in the U.S., approximately 334,000 visit emergency rooms annually for dog bites, with an unknown number of individuals incurring other dog bite-related injuries. The theory that underlies breed-specific legislation is that some breeds bite more often and cause more damage than others. Officials feel that by restricting these breeds, the number of dangerous dog attacks will be reduced. This type of legislation can range anywhere from banning an entire breed from a city or state, or simply enacting stricter spay and neuter regulations for certain breeds. Now that we know what breed-specific legislation is, let's take a look at the standards and how it works. The standards of this type of legislation are not always clear-cut and under constant scrutiny by the public. Robert Thompson, a professor at Syracuse University, says that the events leading up to social disruption in a community oftentimes are used to produce national stories that produce a whole new Animal House quality and make for good TV. In 2007, the media frenzied over the news of Michael Vick and the dangerous dogs that he was breeding and fighting in that underground fighting operation nicknamed Bad News Kennels. In a story written by Will Attack of GQ.com, he's quoted as saying, "I know it's wrong, but people act like it's some crazy thing they've never heard of. They don't know." Due to the media attention brought about by these events, the media outcry, or the public outcry, was to reduce the breeds that are used in these underground fighting operations. The controversy produced by these anti-dog proposals is that good owners of perfectly good dogs are told that they can no longer have their pets because of someone else who owned a bad dog. One of the most important elements of breed-specific legislation is the reach that it has into the community. These laws not only ban, limit, and restrict ownership, they function as a type of class action lawsuit that reaches deep into the community and affects owners whose dogs were not involved. Right now, the top 3 breeds of dogs that are targeted by this type of legislation are the Pit Bull, Rottweiler, and Doberman Pinscher. The Pit Bull, who was initially bred to fight bulls in spectator sport and has been used in other illegal fighting operations in present time, can cause some people to shy and turn away. What most people don't know is that this dog was once a decorated war hero. In an article from the Smithsonian National Museum, Sergeant Stubby, as he was called, was served in the 102nd Infantry Division in the trenches of France. He participated in 4 offenses and 17 battles. This strong and powerful breed is used today to assist police officers. The Rottweiler, which most likely descended from the ancient Mastiff-like dogs of Rome, were originally used to herd cattle and sheep to assist farmers. In the early 1900s, police officers noticed their loyalty and used them in work. They now assist police officers today. The Doberman Pinscher, as Dogster.com explains, was developed in the 19th century by a German tax collector named Louis Doberman. These fearsome dogs were bred to assist him on his daily rounds. They now serve in a multitude of different areas, which include search and rescue, agility, and therapy work. Now to cover all of the information that we've discussed today, I'm going to review for you. First, we discovered the anatomy of what breed-specific legislation is to understand. Second, we explored its standards to find out just how it works. And finally, we discussed its choice and reach to see who it affects. Now hopefully you'll have a better understanding of what breed-specific legislation is and its impact on the dog-owning community. We may find it easy to blame one breed or entire breed for one bad dog, and sometimes laws and legislations are hard to figure out, but when it comes to man's best friend, it's worth the time and effort.